So, pure evil is our word for today. And I love dogs. I'll just say it, I love animals in general, but dogs have a special place in my heart. And this story that I will tell you might just urge you to just hug your fur babies in your arms, clasp them tight, and just show them all the love they can get. Because I'm going to tell you a story of a very, let me say that again, very evil crocodile expert that worked with numerous famous nature channels like Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, and BBC. And his name is Adam Britton. And fair warning, the later parts of the video contain some pretty disturbing information. And this is going to be like a docu-commentary where I'll tell you a story, but at some points I'll lash out some opinions. So without further ado, let's start from the beginning in 3, 2, 1. So Adam Britton, a stupid name for a stupid man I may add, was born around 1971 in Wakefield, West Yorkshire. He was educated at Queen Elizabeth Grammar School in Wakefield. Now beyond that, there's not much to go on his early life, but there is a very important moment on his childhood that hinted on what he would do in the future. Now the key moment of this degenerate's childhood was brought up in his court documents. In his telegram messages, he stated that as early as 13 years old, the monster within him started to come out, and that monster inside of him has a sadistic sexual interest in animals, and started jumping fences and molesting horses throughout his younger days. Now, why would a child that SAs horses in his spare time wanted to be a zoologist? Well, he wrote a blog and the people that inspired him to be one, and the three person that he mentioned was his mom, who was an avid naturalist, his biology teacher named Val Richards, and the legendary Sir David Attenborough, who he considered to be his role model. And he eventually worked towards that goal and studied a Bachelor of Science at University of Leeds, graduating in 1992, then in 1996 finished a PhD in zoophilia, zoology, on the hunting methods of bats at the University of Bristol. And after that, he sought for a different dream, which is studying crocodiles, and began to join various crocodile research facilities like Crocodylus Park. And in around 2005, he primarily focused on filming projects, and he was known from a number of nature shows like Animal Face Off on Animal Planet and BBC's Life in Cold Blood, where he worked with his longtime biologist crush, Sir David Attenborough. Now, according to his colleagues in Crocodylus Park, by the way, a very dope zoo, please go check him out. And the mentor he worked with there, Professor Webb, said that he was an egotist who passed much of the work of the team at the Crocodylus Park as his own. And one of Adam Britton's partner on an attack database called Crocbite in 2013, Brandon Seidlau, echoes the same thing, stating, "Britton loved to take credit for the archive but had never contributed a single incident. He merely paid for the website domain. Guys like Adam are just trying to get on the bloody news." And get on the bloody news he did, because while doing film projects, he also took part in a research study on the potent antibiotic powers of crocodile blood. Like, it's all over the news about crocodile blood being a potential cure for HIV. And unfortunately, that research didn't do so well because we currently don't have a cure for HIV, and Adam Shitton's attempt for attention was all for naught. But he did get famous for a different reason, but we'll get into that later because we're about to go into the disturbing part of the video. Now, fair warning, what information that I will present is purely for educational purposes only and not intended to shock anyone, so let's continue. Now fast forward to 2019 when he was filming for a sequel of his horror film Blackwater. Around that time, he started to take multiple dogs to his custody by using an app called Gumtree Australia, an online marketplace, and started to look into reluctant owners that are giving away their dogs because of travel or work commitments. And he took in at least 42 dogs by 2022. Promising the owners of those dogs that their beloved babies are going to a good home. But little do they know what is really happening to them. And again, a fair warning because the information that I will present are disturbing and purely for educative and documentary purposes only. So the owners of those 42 dogs didn't know that their pets are about to get killed and raped beyond their imagination by our main devil Adam Britton. Armed with false narratives and old photos of their dogs, he manipulated those owners who wanted an update on what and how their dog is doing. But hidden to them, Adam was already enacting some of the most horrible things to the dogs that in his custody, mainly stuff and ultimately unaliving them in the end. And mind you, some of them are puppies. Oh my goodness. He manufactured a torture room on his property made from a shipping container, and inside that are recording equipments used to document the horrible things he's doing. And he would share these videos online with the people that have a similar interests. And may I add, those people are toxic scum to the earth and deserves to be eradicated from society. Oh my goodness. And this rotting trash would also coach others on how to copy his behavior and how to get rid of the evidence. And other deranged lunatics asked how to dispose of the dog's remains. And Adam, with 8 crocodiles on his property, said, "Some I feed to other animals," which could only mean that he feeds it to the crocodiles.
I live in Darwin, which is in Northern Australia, and I have got 5 crocodiles, I have 2 dogs, and my wife who run a business with me. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And he was able to get away with it for years because Adam was known to be great at covering his tracks. And just like in Scooby-Doo, he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling internet detectives. Because when he uploaded 9 pups to an abuse website on March 22, 2022, one internet detective spotted an orange City of Darwin leash on an adult female dog in the video with the slogan of "Great pets start with you." And that detail alone sets off the best chain reaction that could ever happen to this piece of shit. Ooh! Let's go, we're out of the disturbing parts and now we're about to go into one of the best parts of this video, his arrest. And again, fair warning, some of the details are still disturbing, so please, viewers' discretion is advised. So a month after that clip was sent to the police, on April 2022, the Northern Territory Police and Australian Federal Police raided his McMinns Lagoon home in Darwin South. Detectives seized computers, mobile phones, cameras, external hard drives, tools, weapons, and dog paraphernalia and sex toys. They also found severed dog limbs in a freezer and a long time unalived puppy in a pond on the property, and a dog head on a neighboring property. And it was revealed that he operated 2 Telegram accounts named Cerberus and Monster. And let me just read you some of his messages to better understand the mind of this insufferable living scumbag. Just because we like animals doesn't mean we're monsters. The old cruelty to animals leads to being a serial killer trope is BS anyway. No, it just turns us on. And Rick says, correct. A big you to you assholes. And he also sent the story of how he harassed horses when he was 13 or 14, and I'm gonna blur out some of the details because it's just too disturbing. And I'll link the articles down below so you can read it for yourself. And he also sent this message that was included in the evidence, so he stated, "My own dogs are family and I have my limits. I only badly mistreat other dogs. I have no emotional bond to them. They are toys, pure and simple." And plenty more where they came from. I mean, what a deranged piece of shit. Like, his face literally looks like a piece of shit. So he has been in custody since his arrest in April 2022, and he tortured at least 42 dogs, killing 39 of them. I mean, what a rotten piece of flesh. And what he did is so bad that Chief Justice Michael Grant warned the gallery that they're going to embark on a very disturbing journey that day. And Adam wrote a trash letter apologizing to the court to kinda attempt to butter them up. So he stated in the letter, "I take full responsibility for the demeaning crimes that I perpetrated on dogs. I deeply regret the pain and trauma that I caused to innocent animals and consequently to my family, friends, and members of the community that I affected. I let you all down and I'm truly sorry. I now acknowledge that I have been fighting a rare paraphilic disorder for much of my life, and that shame and fear prevented me from seeking the proper help I needed. No amount of words can convey how sorry and ashamed I am, nor undo what I did. But I am determined to prove I am better than this. I will seek long-term treatment and find a path towards redemption." Well, I just want to punch that stupid prolapsed wiener hole right in the nose. And that letter of his probably went to the trash bin after that. And he pleaded guilty to at least 60 charges of bestiality, animal cruelty, and possessing child abuse materials. And on August 2024, he was sentenced to 10 years and 5 months in jail, with no parole for 6 years. And people are outraged for that sentence, and rightfully so. For what he has done, that's equivalent to a slap on the wrist, and at the very least he should get is a life in prison. He is a very dangerous man and should never set foot outside again. And he deserves the cherry on top of his wife of 15 years publicly disowning him on an interview on 60 Minutes Australia. And she currently changed her surname and divorced him as soon as she was made aware.
John, I want a divorce.
Divorce.
It's not funny, John, and you know it's been coming for a long time. Why do you always laugh when I'm upset?
And please let her be your role model, that when you see a literal shit tied on a string and swinging towards you, you have to cut it right away. So yeah, that's all there is to it. I summed it up into a concise story, but if you want to know all of the details, I'll link the articles down below. And I don't believe that man that was sentenced was actually a man. That's an evil entity that needs to be exorcised. And that 10 years is nothing. He's like what, 53, and when he gets out he's 63? Plenty of time to do everything all over again. And the only way that could eliminate that possibility is to lock him up forever. So yeah, a very shocking and sad story, and I wish his family, friends, and relatives the best, because I think they didn't know that they have a deranged, rotten piece of ass in their family, because he hid his dark side very well, even to his wife. And let's just hope that karma will do its thing in time. So if you made it in the end of this video, thank you very much, and see you probably in a YouTube shorts soon. So that's it, bye.